Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into something, well, pretty fascinating in the world of accessible luxury watches. We are focusing on Titoni. They're an independent, family-owned Swiss brand, goes way back 1919, Grenchen.
That's right. A long history there.
And they've really been making waves with their Seascoper dive collection. Now they've just released something that kind of flips expectations, the Titoni Seascoper 300 Bi-Compax Chronograph.
Exactly. And our sources, they give us a really detailed look at this specific watch, the design, the tech specs, how it fits into the whole Seascoper lineup.
Right.
So our mission today for you is really to cut through all the details and figure out what makes this one special, especially if you're curious about dive chronographs and you want real value.
And that term, Bi-Compax.
Oh yeah, that just means it has those two subdials on the face, simple as that, small seconds, and the chrono minute counter.
Got it. So the big question we're tackling today is how Titoni managed something.
Well, kind of counterintuitive. They added complexity, the chronograph, but made the watch more wearable in some ways than the basic version.
That's the obsessed.
We want to unpack that, plus what makes this accessible luxury diver tick, especially with some pretty surprising design choices they made.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so Titoni's really built up steam in dive watches lately. It started, I think, mainly with the Seascoper 600?
Yeah, that was the flagship.
That was their top-of-the-line model, right? Really strong specs, serious dive credentials. How did that set the stage?
Well, the Seascoper 600, yeah, it was robust, had that manufacturer movement, their own in-house caliber.
Yeah.
It really showed what Titoni could do at the higher end.
Right. Establish their capabilities.
Exactly. And from that success, they strategically launched the Seascoper 300 line.
Okay.
And the whole idea behind the 300s was accessibility. Easier on the wallet, maybe a bit easier to wear every day.
Like the standard Seascoper 300 chronometer. The time and date one. Precisely. That's a perfect example. The 300 signifies 300 meters of water resistance. And crucially, they often use quality outsourced movements, like from Sellita, to manage the cost.
But not lower end.
Definitely not. That's important. Don't let outsource fool you. It's still packed with practical features, really nicely finished.
Okay, and that brings us right up to date to this newest edition, the Seascoper 300 Bi-Compax Chronograph.
The latest evolution.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting and, frankly, a bit surprising. You add a chronograph, the watch usually gets bigger.
Almost always, yeah. Needs more space.
Yet this new model, its diameter is actually smaller than the time and date Seascoper 300.
It is. That's the surprising part.
So the chrono is 41 millimeters across, and the regular diver is 42 millimeters. How'd they manage that?
Well, that's the clever bit, isn't it? Keeping that diameter down while adding the chrono function is often a real challenge for engineers. You're balancing the size of the movement, the pushers, everything, with wanting it to wear well.
But there has to be a trade-off somewhere.
There is, yeah. It is thicker. Comes in around 15.5 millimeters thick because, that chrono movement takes up vertical space.
Okay, 15.5 millimeter. That's noticeable.
It is. And another dimension to keep in mind for wearability is the lug-to-lug.
Ah, right. The top to bottom length.
Exactly. It's quite long, actually. 52.30 millimeters. So even at 41 millimeters wide, that length can make it wear a bit larger on some wrists.
So something for you to consider, especially if you have, say, a more slender wrist, that length might be the deciding factor.
It could be, yeah. It's always about how it fits your wrist. But the case styling itself is very classic Titoni. You get that nice mix of brushed and polished surfaces. And they've included these quite nice polished bevels on the inside edges of the lugs. Little details like that add a touch of refinement, maybe make it look a touch slimmer.
Now, a really critical point for any watch called Seascoper: does adding the chronograph compromise its dive watch credentials?
That's key, isn't it? And the answer is no, not at all. It keeps all the essential dive features.
Like what specifically?
Well, you've got the unidirectional rotating bezel, naturally. It's got a nice glossy black ceramic insert, engraved 60-minute scale for timing dives.
Standard good stuff.
Yep. Then a screw-down crown, protected by guards on the side, solid steel screw-down case back, sapphire crystal on top with anti-reflective coating.
And the pushers for the chronograph.
Ah, yes. Crucially, to hit that 300-meter water resistance rating, the chrono pushers themselves also screw down.
Okay, so you physically lock them before going near water.
Exactly. Prevents accidental activation underwater, which could obviously let water in, so it secures the rating.
So let's connect that for someone listening. If you're looking for a watch that's genuinely tough, a proper diver, but you also want that chrono function,
then this delivers. These features together mean it's engineered as a serious dive watch first. The chronograph is added on top of that solid foundation. It doesn't replace it. It's built for purpose.
Makes sense. Okay, let's look at the dial. It looks familiar, definitely part of the Seascoper family.
It does. You've got those signature hands, the open-worked ones filled with lume, and the applied hour markers, mostly circular, again with lume, except at 12, of course.
And the sub-dials.
Yeah.
The Bi-Compax one.
Right. You have two of them. They're slightly recessed, which adds a nice bit of depth. And they have this circular snailed pattern, silvered finish. One's for the running small seconds. The other tracks the chronograph minutes up to 30.
And color choices. I saw a few options.
Yeah, quite a few nice ones. There's a black, a green, and a blue version. They have this sort of deep, glossy, enamel-like lacquered finish. Looks quite rich.
Very nice. And the date window. Always a point of contention for watch fans.
Ah, yes. Here, Titoni placed it down at 6 o'clock.
Okay, that's generally seen as better for symmetry, right?
It often is, yeah. It helps balance the dial visually, avoids that sort of awkward cutoff you sometimes get with a 3 o'clock or 4.3 date. It suggests they really thought about the layout.
And there's a two-tone option, too.
There is. A black dial version, but with PVD gold accents. So the crown, pushers, the bezel edge, hands, marker surrounds, even the center links of the bracelet get the gold treatment for a bit more flash.
Okay, let's get under the hood. The
Huh?
movement. It's the Sellita SW510BH.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why this specific movement? What's the thinking here for an accessible luxury piece?
Well, the SW510 is a really solid choice. It's well known in the industry, known for being reliable, and importantly, it's easily serviceable down the line.
Based on a classic design, isn't it?
Exactly. Its architecture comes from the famous Valjoux 7750, so it's an automatic cam-operated chronograph. This specific version, the BH, is the two-register layout we see on the dial.
Say.
Runs at 4 hertz, which means the chronograph seconds hands sweep smoothly at 8 ticks per second, and it offers about a 48-hour power reserve. It's a real workhorse movement, provides proven performance without the much higher cost of developing something entirely in-house.
Right. But here's a really key detail, maybe elevates it beyond just workhorse. Like the Titoni Seascoper 300, this chronograph movement is chronometer certified by COSC.
That is a key detail, yes.
So what does that COSC certification actually mean for you, the owner, especially in this price bracket?
Oh, okay, connecting this to the bigger picture. COSC certification is a big deal. It means the uncased movement has passed some really stringent accuracy tests run by an independent Swiss body over 15 days.
Tests for what?
Accuracy in different positions, dial up, dial down, crown left, etc., and at different temperatures. It guarantees a high level of precision and timing stability.
It's not just marketing speak.
Not at all. It's a verified standard. You're getting guaranteed high-performance timekeeping. And finding that in a chronograph at this sort of accessible luxury price point, that's a significant value proposition. It really backs up the luxury part of the promise.
Okay, let's talk about how it attaches to your wrist. All 4 versions come on a steel bracelet, right?
Sure. Yes. A 3-link stainless steel bracelet, mostly brushed finish, pretty classic and robust looking, available on all the models, including the two-tone one, which has the polished gold PVD center links.
But the clasp is where things get clever, I heard.
Yes. Titoni put some thought into the clasp, which is great to see. It's not just a basic folding clasp.
What's it got?
It has secure push buttons to open it. It includes a fold-out dive extension link, for fitting over a wetsuit.
Standard dive watch stuff.
Right. But the really neat part is a built-in micro-adjustment system.
Ah, how does that work?
It's very practical. You just push the Titoni logo on the outside of the clasp, and you can slide the bracelet end in or out in small steps. No tools needed.
Oh, that's brilliant.
It really is.
So what that means for you is real day-to-day comfort. You know how your wrist can swell a bit when it's hot or shrink when it's cold?
Happens all the time.
This lets you adjust the fit perfectly, right there on the spot. Yeah. No fiddling with pins or tools. It's just push and slide. Huge convenience factor, especially on a slightly larger, thicker watch like a dive chrono.
Absolutely. Makes it much more wearable throughout the day, or if you actually do need to pop it over a sleeve or a thin wetsuit.
Good stuff. Okay, availability and price. This isn't a limited run, right? It's joining the main collection.
Correct. Part of the permanent Seascoper 300 lineup, so it should be readily available.
And the price for the steel models.
The sources state USD $3,220 for the steel versions. The bicolor is likely a bit more.
Okay, $3,220. How does that stack up, value-wise?
Well, considering everything we've talked about, You know, the robust dive specs, the ceramic bezel, the sapphire crystal, that surprisingly compact diameter for a chrono.
And the COSC certified movement.
And the COSC certification, plus that really excellent micro-adjust clasp. The consensus seems to be that it's a very fair price. Yeah. You're getting a lot of watch, a lot of features, and proven quality for that money. It feels like it genuinely delivers on that accessible luxury tag, a well-rounded package.
All right, so let's wrap this up. We've really unpacked the Titoni Seascoper 300 Bi-Compax Chronograph today.
We have.
And we've seen how Titoni cleverly brought this feature-packed chronograph into their more accessible line.
Yeah.
They managed that surprising size reduction in diameter.
While adding complexity.
Right, and without sacrificing any of the core dive watch features.
Right.
Plus, they included that COSC certified movement. It's quite a balancing act.
It really is. And I think this deep dive kind of highlights a broader point about how brands can strategically mix in high-end elements like COSC certification or really practical features like the clasp into a product that's still reachable for more people. It really makes you think, you know, where does the real value lie when you're looking at watches? Is it just the brand name? Is it purely an in-house movement? Or is it maybe in the combination of proven reliability, like COSC, thoughtful design for wearability, and genuine practicality, things you actually appreciate day to day?
That's a great point to ponder. Is value just the price tag, or is it the sum of all those parts adding up to something you actually enjoy wearing and using?
Exactly. What matters most to you?
Food for thought. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the Titoni Seascoper 300 chronograph. We hope it gave you some useful insights.
Hope so too.
We encourage you, as always, to think about what features really stand out and matter to you when you're hunting for your next timepiece. Until next time, keep exploring.